All right, everyone. Brace yourselves because what I'm about to reveal is going to blow your mind and might ruffle a few feathers. Have you ever felt like someone in your life always gets their way, no matter the situation? Like they somehow manipulate events or people around them without so much as lifting a finger? Well, guess what? The stars are saying it might be tied directly to their zodiac sign. That's right. Today, we're diving into the signs that are the secret master manipulators of the zodiac. You might think you know them, but trust me, you don't. And no, it's not just the usual suspects you're thinking of. It's time to take off the rose-colored glasses and see the truth. Ready? Let's go. First off, at number 1 on this list, Pisces. Yes, compassionate, dreamy Pisces. If you've ever thought Pisces were too soft or emotional to be manipulative, think again. Don't let their doe-eyed innocence fool you. Pisces operate on an entirely different wavelength, and their weapon of choice? Emotional influence. They're masters of the guilt trip. Have you ever canceled plans only to have a Pisces say something like, "I totally understand. I'm just used to people letting me down"? Boom. They've just made you feel like the worst person alive, all while keeping their hands clean. Their ability to silently project disappointment or vulnerability makes you bend to their will without realizing what just happened. It's manipulation ninjutsu at its finest. Now, before you go running to every Pisces you know, hear me out. Their manipulation isn't always sinister. In fact, a lot of it stems from their deeply empathetic nature. They feel so deeply and so intensely that they unconsciously maneuver situations to emotionally balance the scales. But intentional or not, if a Pisces wants you to feel something, you'll feel it. Pop culture example? Ross Geller from Friends. Pisces energy through and through. Overly emotional, always turning the narrative back to how he's feeling. Remember how he made Rachel second-guess her decisions just by sulking at the right moments? Textbook Pisces. Next up, Scorpio. Okay, I know you saw this one coming, but let me ask you this. Do you really understand how Scorpios manipulate? Because it's not as simple as being mysterious or broody. Scorpios excel in psychological manipulation. They have this unnerving ability to figure out exactly what makes a person tick, and they'll use it. They observe, they analyze, and before you know it, they've subtly moved the chess pieces to work in their favor. Their tactic isn't loud or brash. It's in the silent pauses, the half smiles, the cryptic comments that leave you questioning yourself. Want proof? Look at Draco Malfoy from the Harry Potter series. Sure, he's a Slytherin, but his Scorpio tendencies are clear as day. Manipulative through and through. He didn't constantly shout or argue. He whispered, schemed, and planted doubts, letting others fall into the traps he set. Real-life Scorpios? They know exactly when to be vulnerable to draw you closer, and when to shield themselves to drive you crazy with curiosity. Quick warning, if you ever date a Scorpio, be prepared for a masterclass in emotional chess. Now, here's where it gets controversial. Third on this list, Libra. Yes, the Zodiac's peacekeepers, charmers, and supposedly innocent darlings. I'm calling it now. Libra's manipulation is next level, and most people never see it coming because it's all wrapped in charm. A Libra will get what they want without you even realizing you've been played. How? Through diplomacy, flattery, and sheer likability. They know how to play the long game. They'll butter you up for weeks or months, have you convinced that their request is in your best interest, and voila, you've just handed them exactly what they wanted. Think about Gatsby from The Great Gatsby. Libra vibes all over the place. He charmed his guests for years, threw lavish parties, and gained everyone's admiration, only to serve his own ultimate goal. Daisy. Classic Libra manipulation isn't about overt control. It's about guiding you to choose their path willingly. Don't underestimate them, folks. Libras may seem sweet, but they're playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. Let's move on to Sagittarius. Wait, Sagittarius? Isn't this supposed to be the blunt, fun-loving sign that's incapable of hiding anything? True. Sagittarius might not fit the traditional image of a manipulator because they're not subtle, but that doesn't mean they're not pulling strings. Their trick? The spin. Sagittarians are experts at reframing situations to work in their favor, convincing you that their way is the adventurous and exciting one. You'll end up saying yes to something you initially hesitated about, simply because their enthusiasm and optimism are downright contagious. It's not manipulation in a dark, brooding way. It's manipulation with a grin and a wink. Consider every travel vlog influencer who makes you think, if I don't visit Santorini by next summer, I've failed at life. That's Sagittarius energy. They don't just nudge you toward their ideas. They make you feel like it was entirely your idea to begin with. Genius, right? Lastly, here's the plot twist nobody's expecting. Cancer. Did you gasp? You should. Yes, the sensitive, motherly Cancers. Look, here's the tea. Cancers know how to use their emotions like a nuclear weapon when things aren't going their way. Ever notice how a Cancer will cling to that one sentimental thing you did? Maybe you gave them your last slice of pizza once in 2014, and then they use it to guilt trip you into literally anything later? Their manipulation is subtle, drenched in nostalgia, and undeniably effective. Take 11 from Stranger Things. She's incredibly loving, but knows exactly when to emotionally pull strings to win over others. That's Cancer energy. Powerful, emotional, and sometimes a little too strategic. So, let's recap. Pisces guilt trips you, Scorpio plays emotional chess, Libra charms you into submission, Sagittarius sells you their dream, and Cancer? Cancer ropes you in with guilt-laden nostalgia. These signs aren't necessarily evil, but they're definitely playing the long game. Now that I've shattered some Zodiac reputations, I have to ask, did we call out your sign? Or maybe you know someone whose behavior suddenly makes way more sense after watching this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's talk about it. One thing's for sure, there's no avoiding these masterminds. They're everywhere. And remember, we're not here to hate, we're here to uncover the secrets the Zodiac doesn't want us to know. Alright, that's it for today's episode. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon, and tune in next week for a topic that's guaranteed to blow your mind even more. Oh, and if you're curious about your own personal astrology reading, head to the link in the description. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Until next time, watch your back and keep your astrological guard up.